everybody, it's Friday night already. Welcome to Friday Night Live. This is the Psychic News Network. I am your host and the founder of the Psychic News Network, Annette Dion. Somebody's saying it's supposed to be 97 degrees tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I won't tell you how nice it's been here. I'll just keep that to myself. It's August 8th. We're heading into a full moon really soon. Tomorrow, I can't see from here. Can't see the calendar from here, but I have a smaller one. I hope you're all doing good. Why don't you grab a cold drink? I am. All right, Darren's in the house. Michelle. Let's see, Carl, Donnie. Hello. Did you have a good day? Let's start there. Did you personally have a good day? Let's just take a moment and just ignore. Let's separate ourselves from the news day and let's just look at our day. Let's get a little bit of autonomy going. Let's get a little bit of let's distance ourselves for a moment from the news and just ask yourselves, did you have a good day? Was it a good day? Share a little bit. You had insomnia last night? I was an insomniac for 25 years. Count them. I lived. I survived it. Had a good day. Let's see. Mary, have you tried CBD? That could be helpful. Yes, Darren had a good day. Introduced a friend to tarot. That's a great day. Terry's in the house. We love to see you on Fridays. I'm glad you could make it. All right, so we're up in the positivity because there's a lot out there that can kind of make you feel like life sucks and then you die. But it's not true. I haven't had my eyes and ears peeled to the news all day, but oh, Amethyst was saying, finally made the live. Yes, you usually catch the replay. Nice to have you here. It's kind of a high energy day because we're getting into that full moon time. Lots going on here in my city in terms of summer events and activities. Probably where you live too. Most people are not experiencing winter. Most people here are in the northern hemisphere. But if we have any Australians in the house, let us know you're here. So we have a full moon tomorrow in the wee hours of the morning, 3:55 a.m. and the color is blue. It says it's an Aquarius, and it's the corn moon, CORN. It's the corn moon. You can tell corny jokes. That was a corny joke. And it is a great moon. I'm going to read you what it says here in this little book. Took your grandson to the trampoline park. Oh, fun. When the full moon of August beams down upon the lakes, bays, and seas, it creates flashes of sparkling, mesmerizing light. I've filmed that for you with the full moon on the ocean. It's in my videos and in the shorts. Under the surface, the water is dark and mysterious like the night sky, filled with creatures, plants, and ongoing cycles of life that we rarely see. Down in the depths are currents, powerful forces that can push and pull. There are energy currents within that lead you towards some things and away from others. Can you ride one of the energy currents and see where it takes you? So I want to just share what Kathy was saying about this full moon. Our resident astrologer, Kathy Beal, we did a great show yesterday. It's always fun. This is the full moon where, and I really like this interpretation that she shared with us. This is the full moon when you look at the things that you've just been doing habitually and putting up with, and you wake up one day and you go, am I still doing that? And you just decide to let it go. Put your crystals in the full moon to recharge them. So let's all think about something that we can just go, wow, am I still doing that? It's time to release it. It's probably past the time to release it, right? So there's a little, personal check-in to get us started tonight. Okay, so think about what to release. It's a full moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius is a sign of a lot of change. It's ruled by Uranus. So where we want to begin, I want to just mention to you that through the years of doing this work, I've kind of tuned into Atlantean times, and I do feel that I was in Atlantis. Anybody else feel like that? I feel like I was doing similar work to this, maybe like priestess work in Atlantis. And I feel like we're moving into a time that a lot of us have come back from having been on the planet at that time. Atlantis is a real place. And what I know psychically about Atlantis, just my downloads about it, are that the Atlanteans came to a point where they had really advanced technologically. Lemuria, Atlantis. Yeah, some people here feel like they were there in Atlantis. And I do read past lives, and so I really do feel that that was happening. I've had some flashbacks. So I'm bringing it up because I feel like we're entering into a time, we're in a time where we're going to reach a tipping point in terms of how far we're going to let technology go and whether we'll let it destroy us. I feel like in Atlantis that the technology got to a place where they were kind of having some effects on the weather. And I feel like in Atlantis, people turned on one another through technology. So, I just wanted to start with that. Oh, that's a good beer. It's an athletic brew, but it has a little lime flavor. Can anyone relate to that? I know I usually don't go down a road like that for PNN. But, okay, so somebody's talking, Darren's talking about bad flooding. So in Atlantis, there was a huge tsunami. And I feel like what was happening was that the ETs wanted us to do better as Atlanteans. And we failed as Atlanteans. And when the tsunami came and sunk Atlantis and the earthquakes, whoever I was, the priestess of some sort, from what I pick up, I was appealing to the heavens and going, no, don't do this. Don't let this happen. Okay, so I'm going down the rabbit hole a little bit, but it's kind of fun. But my point is, I feel like a lot of us came back, and maybe all of us were there then. We reincarnated and we came back. Yeah, Josh is saying Atlantis met a technological demise. That's what I'm addressing. That we came back and we are supposed to get it right this time, but there are no guarantees. So we'll just leave that there for the time being. It's up to us to be involved in making sure we don't do something absolutely stupid. I feel that a lot has gone too far technologically. Hey, John. And we're gonna actually read on whether Thiel and Elon and the tech bros are going to be stopped. Because they need to be stopped. AI is too far. I just was having a discussion with Kathy. She might be here in the chat. I was just having a discussion about that. Because a lot of people are going, oh yeah, AI is great. AI is great. You will never hear me say AI is great. Never. Because to me, AI is not great. And no one's going to talk me into the AI is great. Because it's not. Oh, there's Kathy. Remember we were talking about that? And I'm passionate about it. Hey, what's wrong with human intelligence? Atomic bombs in ancient past in Atlantis? Evidence of it? Yeah. So I feel like we're getting another chance. Chat G is it GPD? I don't know. Chat whatever the hell it is. Yeah. We need human intelligence. Human intelligence would be really handy nowadays, don't you think? No, so we're gonna pull 3 cards about Peter Thiel. They're stealing all our data. There's no privacy. We're all under surveillance. Such a treat to have Terry here. Thank you. She puts the questions up. So look at Terry Hall with the heart if you want to know what I'm reading on. And sometimes I do because I forget. Will they be stopped? Human intelligence, you cannot match human intelligence. No matter what they do, they're trying to tell you that they are. We only use 10% of our brains as it is. I have the Justice card. It looks like they will be stopped. The Ace of Wands. It has to do with what information they're taking. And I have had the sense for a while that what the tech bros have planned, and this is like the case across the board with all the evil people that we're dealing with right now. And I actually see them. I don't know why I'm talking about ETs. I'll just ride this wave. I actually see that the aliens, I hate to call them that, the intergalactic beings are well aware, because we kind of came from them, right? They're well aware that there are evil ones. There are evil intergalactic beings. And I feel like I see that evil in this cast of characters that we're dealing with. That not only are just destroying America, but they have plans to destroy the world. In a certain way. And only they get to stay here. Did you hear the latest that they want to put a nuclear reactor on the moon? What's his name? That's Secretary of Transportation or something? I don't know. I lose track. Duffy? Oh yeah, well we need to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. Why? So I see justice. I see pounding away at these tech bros. Pounding away at them. It's kind of like giving us all these speed bumps. I hit speed bump after speed bump. What they're trying to do across the board is rush, rush, rush. They want to rush to get it done fast. Let's grab the pendulum. What are you guys drinking? It's a party, just wondering. Are they going to be stopped? I have a yes. They will be stopped. A nuclear reactor on the moon? We don't even know what to do with the nuclear reactors here. Kathy's having a Chardonnay, coffee, water. Water, Mary? That's kind of boring. No, you must hydrate for sure. So I'm drinking an athletic brew, and I order from a company called Misfits Market. And they sent a sample along with the regular 6-pack, and it's really good. It was like lime. A reactor on the moon is likely just another grift. I'm not seeing how that would work. Let's pull 3 cards on a reactor on the moon. It seems like a distraction. Sparkling water. Have we even figured out what to do with the nuclear power plant waste? Even when I hear people saying that they want, you know, we need more nuclear power plants. Okay. I still, over 40 years, I haven't heard about what solution there really is, a lasting solution for nuclear waste. I'm pulling 3 cards about a nuclear reactor on the moon. Sean Duffy, I have that right, don't I? Stupid. It's stupid. They're taking away they're planning, I'm just going to say they're planning to take away our health care, to take away education, to take away our Social Security, to take away our protection from storms, to take away our weather forecasters, to take away all our scientists, take away our colleges, take away our history. I mean, to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. Kathy's having a Canadian beer, Kathy Persons. They're going to catch holy hell for this nuclear reactor on the moon idea. I have that right off the bat. And the 2 of Swords indicates stalemate. And the Knight of Swords, this feels like somebody really rushing in and saying, we have more important things to think about. So I would say no. I would say that they're really overstepping their boundaries. Do I have it right? Is it Sean Duffy? Who was like involved in race car programs or something? So let's ask, is there going to be any action on this at all? I have a no. It doesn't look like there's going to be any action on that at all. All right. You love this deck? This is called the Deviant Moon deck. It's pretty fun. What other evil person can we read on? I'm going to read on Elon. People are putting up there, what about Lionsgate Portal? I know nothing about a Lionsgate Portal. I have no idea what it is. And I've never really had an interest in it, so it doesn't really I mean, I'm not putting anyone down who's into the Lionsgate, but I've never felt anything about that. I'm just being honest. All right. Elon. Now, I had said about a week ago, I mentioned that Elon had vanished, kind of. And I felt him in a meeting where people were saying, if you don't do this, there'll be hell to pay. That kind of a thing. And being really under pressure that he had to do something. So I'm going to read on that because it feels like with Elon that, and this has happened with Tulsi Gabbard too, a similar thing. So I'm noticing a lot of patterns. That Elon said something against Dumpy. He started to talk about, oh, Dumpy's all over the Epstein files, right? And then I felt him in a meeting and really pressure on him. It felt like it had to do with contracts and companies. And they were saying, you better do this or else. And then a couple days ago, Elon came back and donated, we were talking about it the other night, like $15 million to Dumpy. I don't know for what. So there was that. So I'm reading on him. And also with Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, a few years back, by the way, she works for Putin. The FBI has a file on her and has for a long time. Tulsi, a few years ago, said Iran didn't have any nuclear weapons developed, and then Dumpy got mad because after he bombed Iran, and claimed, remember all there's so much news. Remember that? And so Tulsi had to make good. I mean, they have to make up to Dumpy. It's really unbelievable. This piece of you know what, this orange piece of you know what, is having people bow down to him. So now she's turning around and supposedly going to investigate Obama and all the people who have been supporting democracy, basically. Yeah, kind of like getting silenced on YouTube. Gloria's asking about Trump on the roof. I read on that all week. Yeah, Maria's got an orange turd. Anyway. Yeah, Tulsi needs to go to jail. And I have been getting a really strong sense that they're really nervous. That's why they're going all gung-ho on taking everything away from us. As far as Elon goes, judgment, there's never been a time where I read on Elon and got that he wasn't being majorly investigated and that he wasn't going to be arrested. I've never gotten that that would not happen for him. Time frame is a little tricky. 6 of Pentacles. I kind of feel like that represents 6 companies. I don't know how many companies he has. Gloria, you can always go back and watch the replays. The Tower card for Elon. I'm just saying, I mean, just go back and watch the replays. I don't want you to miss the information. This is Elon, the Tower card, the Judgment card, 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, he's got, and he's had pressure on him, really a lot of pressure for the better part of the year, starting like it was a March when he left the White House that he should have never been in the first place. Tulsi's files obviously got removed. They still exist. Let's pull 3 cards about this mob crime. The mob crime gang in the White House, because I really have felt like they're nervous and I'm not really sure why they're nervous. Let's ask the pendulum. Am I picking up this nervousness because they've gotten wind? And I did read on this before. Did they get wind that they're being found out? Yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah, people will come back. And our federal government will come back together. We're in a war. We're in a war. Let's read on all. Okay, yes, it feels like that all the crime family mob, the mob group that's squatting in our government, they're getting wind that they're being investigated, and I really feel like it's from on an international level. It's not from the U.S. It's international. That's been consistent. So, yeah, they should be nervous because they're in for a hard fall. Maria's saying, I'm just kind of wondering if they have heard something. And I see yes. Mary's saying she saw Kamala Harris on Facebook today. Yeah, and Tim Walz also. You saw our governor on a show last week? Yes, she's great. She's great. I mean, I live in a state which, like California, maybe some of you also live in states like this, that, I mean, it's not because of me, of course, but we could subsist without being part of the United States. You know what I mean? Let's ask this. There was an article I came across at one point about the states in the United States that could conceivably, I'm not saying it's going to happen, that could conceivably become part of Canada. Will that ever happen? Will some states become part of Canada? It's kind of up in the air. Jack Smith, are you listening? Terry saying. Will Tulsi be stopped before anything really gets happening with a grand jury? I have a yes on that. Carrie saying, I live in Connecticut. We could survive. Massachusetts could survive too. Yeah, we have a great governor of Massachusetts. She's gay, Maura Healey. And I'm only saying that because Dumpy's all like, all against people loving who they want to love, and the MAGAs. Do we have any other governors that are gay? I know Mayor Pete was a mayor. I don't, he wasn't a governor. Washington State would do great. Yes, Washington State could join Canada. I'm not really feeling like that will happen. Will it get to the point that it's discussed? That some of the states will get to the point that it gets discussed. That's interesting. Let's read on that, but I'm going to switch decks. Thank you for being here tonight. We're almost halfway through, and I forgot to say thank you for being here. And please hit the thumbs up. When we hit 200 thumbs up, it's customary for us to do a group hug where we lift the vibration. We're constantly doing that. Could New Jersey... So I don't think New Jersey was on the list of states that could do pretty well if they became part of Canada. Did you look it up, Darren? Michigan, Minnesota, Washington, Oregon, Maine, too. Yeah. I'm really drawn to Maine. I might go up to Maine on Tuesday. All the bourbon factories, they're really suffering in Kentucky. Yep. They're filing bankruptcy. And let's read on... Let's do a little read on Canada boycotting all products made in America, all imports from America. How about Colorado? Joining Canada? This is just theoretical. It's just a discussion. I don't see it happening. I'm just thinking about states that it would be doable. Colorado's not on that list. Colorado's too far south. Southwest. So I'm pulling 3 cards about how it's going to go with the boycott of Canada. The Magician, it's going to cause people to find creative ways around it. I don't know how they can do that. It's going to create a lot of hardship. Yeah, Canada was the biggest buyer of bourbon. Yeah, so Kentucky bourbon. I think Maker's Mark is from Kentucky. Is that true? Then there's Tennessee, Jack Daniels. I mean, they like to drink in Canada. Like, we like to drink in the States too, but when you're in a cold climate, you tend to drink more. It's going to cause a lot of pain. Queen of Wands and the Magician. I'm seeing feminine energy moving into a place of being in charge. I guess we're going to go there now. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on with Kamala and Tim Walz, because they've been popping up. And when Kamala said that she's not going to well, what she said was the system is broken and she wants to work outside of the system because it's broken. Are you in Massachusetts too, Amethyst? Mary saying, oh my God, they love to drink in Canada. Yes, they do. All right, let's see how it's going to go. I'm going to use the B cards, actually. Friday night in the city over here. It's going to get kind of noisy out there. I hear happy people. Jules wants Massachusetts to secede from the Union. It doesn't look like we'll have to go that far, but we know it's an option. It feels like it's... I mean, let me ask this. I don't know if Canada has invited us to. Yeah, party time. Would Canada... I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just testing the energy. Would Canada accept some of the state? Yeah, it would, because you know Canada's friendly. Yeah. Okay. Let's see how the economy is going to do in the next 4 weeks. I feel like in September. Let's ask this: are we going to have a? Are we heading for a Great Depression? We might as well ask. Are we heading for a Great Depression? I have a no. That's good news, because that would really suck. Are we heading for a Great Recession? Yes. We're heading for a Great Recession. Let's pull some cards about the economy. Let's ask the pendulum another question about that. Will this recession be an historically bad recession? Says no. All right, it's getting a little more hopeful. The Eight of Swords. Ah, yeah, interesting. It looks like some people are going to start getting in trouble for these tariffs. And they didn't see it coming. Have you guys really listened to Scott Bessent? None of these people are easy to watch or listen to. It's awful. Okay. Newsflash that tomorrow will be an economic blackout. Consumers are urged to avoid purchases beyond the bare essentials. Oh, it's a question. Will it make its point? That's the first I heard of it, Terry, except a couple of people in the chat mentioned it, so I don't know if it's gotten enough publicity. I know when we boycotted Amazon, that had an impact. And I've met other people who quit Amazon completely, so, and I'm one of them. It's a little inconvenient just in terms of finding things that they had. We just have to inconvenience ourselves. Yeah, so Scott Bessent and I mean they're such awful people. So as far as the economy goes, there's a Queen of Swords. I'm getting a powerful woman on the scene. The Eight of Swords is these tariffs. Oh my gosh, there's no way. I mean, Dumpy, there's so much that Dumpy can't really succeed about. Let's face it, he's failed at everything. We have a convicted felon in the White House who's, committed heinous crimes against young people. We'll just put it like that. And who incited a violent insurrection on our country, trying to take our country down, who is Putin's puppet. And he's imposing these tariffs and cutting us off from the rest of the world. And you think that he's going to not feel like, uh-oh. Yeah, we should read on Tim Cook, too. Uh-oh. Gail's asking for me to read on the governor's race in New Jersey. Surprised I didn't know about that. Because Kathy Beale is in New Jersey. As far as the economy and the tariffs and everything, yeah, Dumpy, Dumpy was real dumb on this one. Real dumb. Real dumb. But he's real dumb anyway. I think that the orange buffoon has a really low IQ. I really do. I think he has a scarily low IQ. And one of the things that I do want to read on is Putin. He's supposed to go meet with Putin. That has me shaking in my boots. Does the orange buffoon have a low IQ? He has a low IQ. Oh, remember, what he does is he tells you everybody has a low IQ. The smartest, most genius people you can think of, they have their low IQ. That's one of his things. They're low IQ. He has a low IQ. Oh my goodness. You cannot listen to any maggots, they lie. Oh, yeah. So Sissy's all freaked out about what's going on in Texas with the Democrats. What I want to advise everybody to do in terms of that situation is to expect the worst in terms of what Abbott ends up doing. And this is like a big exposition. They're showing us how much they don't care, how much they're trying to steal everything that we have from us, and how much they want a dictatorship, an authoritarian form of government, and they're pissing everybody off. Everybody. Everybody. So don't get too hung up on what happens. Like, oh, the Texas Democrats. And by the way, the FBI couldn't go arrest them because they haven't done anything illegal. What they're Abbott's trying to do is get these Democrats arrested for being Democrats, right? Remember when Dumpy said about Gavin Newsom, he should be arrested during the, when they sent all the National Guard there and everything? Gavin Newsom should be arrested. And so then one of the reporters was like, well, for what? What did he do? What crime? And he said, for running for office or for getting elected. So this is insane. And we'll read on this too. When anything goes to the Supreme Court, do you expect them to do the right thing? I think we've got their number, right? So let's just look at, this is just my suggestion. Let's just look at this as a blanket hellscape, right? The little good things that we see, we hold on to those nuggets of good things. And we work our asses off to turn this around. Call your representatives. Get involved in your community. Don't let up. And remember, the billionaires are pissed off too. The ones that aren't MAGA. Right? Do you think that they really want to see the economy crash? Do you think Tim Cook really wants to see that the American people can't buy Apple products anymore? Let's read on him. Let's read on why the hell do they bend the knee? What is up with that? No, don't have faith in the Supreme Court. Well, how often do we go back to that line? I think it was Maya Angelou. When people show you who they are, believe them. You know who the Supreme Court is. Ketanji Brown Jackson must hate going to work. And the other women, they must hate going to work. And I include Amy Coney Barrett in that. I think she hates going to work. I think they hate being around those ugly, misogynist white men. And Clarence to boot. So, I forgot what I was reading on. Terry! That's what happens when I rant. What was I reading on? Thank you! Often it's just a passing thought, and then I get all chatty. Somebody shut me up. Okay. Tim Cook, what the heck? Okay, let me read on Tim Cook. Oh yeah, it's really, he hates what he's doing. I think Steve Jobs' ghost is haunting him. It was just about being able to be on top. Apple is what I'm reading on. And the 3 of Wands I feel like somebody told Tim Cook if he does this and things will be better for Apple, and he bought it. Letitia James and Jack Smith being investigated by Trump's DOJ. Does it surprise you? An ex-alligator Auschwitz worker decided to say, I can't do this any longer, I'm done, and she wants to help bring down the Trump regime about to shut that down. Yeah, and you know what? I see that happening everywhere. Let's read on the Texas. Well, let's first read on Greg Abbott. If you sat down and you wrote a list of all the people that you can't even stand to see their ugly faces and hear their ugly voices, like fingernails down a chalkboard, that would be a long list. Think about, if we think about all the heinous people, let me put my little Buddha head over here. The heinous people that you can't even stand to listen to their voices, that's a damn long list. I think Thomas might be on vacation. We haven't had any dad jokes lately. Okay, Greg Abbott, yeah. Terry, I'm glad you're in the house. It's too much news. All right. Yeah, it'll be a very, very, very long list. Yes. So we're really at the point. I'm reading on Greg Abbott. Thanks to Terry for reminding me that that's actually what I'm reading on. Everything that you cherish, everything that represents what America has been proud to be, everything that has beauty, everything that is inspirational, everything that helps people, every activity that uplifts people, everything that expands people's minds and inspires them to learn more and to know more, anything that makes people want to be all that they can be, that includes the military. There's not one thing that this MAGA mess is not destroying. If we love it, they have to destroy it. So just be grateful that we don't live in North Korea. Really. Really. Truly. Greg Abbott. This is a huge burden for Greg Abbott, what he's trying to do to our democracy. The law is not going to be on his side. And the Seven of Cups is the gaslighting. So this is about Abbott. These Democrats, they only get paid $600 a month. Yeah. And their crime is that they're doing democracy, right? Yeah, Cheryl's saying demonic. Yeah, what I just described, it is the demonic. The demonic hates children. It hates life. I'm just not trying to bring you down. I'm just telling you what they're doing. So my point is, there is a point to what I'm saying. Expect that and act accordingly. And acting accordingly means you join all these different organizations that are defending democracy, show up at the rallies, keep visualizing. If you just want to do passive work, just keep visualizing Kamala in the White House. We have the capacity to turn this completely around. Don't ever forget that. So as far as Abbott goes, he's going to continue to gaslight. And boy, aren't we sick of them lying their heads off? They're starting to look so ridiculous. And the Knight of Swords is the legal system saying, no, it's not illegal what they did. That's their job. They did their job. if they come back and if they pass that gerrymandering map, if they redistrict and they're forced to be there, and it goes through the gerrymandered map that was created at Mar-a-Lago, I think we're beyond freaking out about it. We just have to expect it. Right? Maria's sharing a dad joke. Why do crabs never volunteer? Because they're shellfish. It's pretty good, Maria. You get a bell. By the way, I'm accepting donations, so go ahead and donate. And the word is we only need a few more thumbs up and we'll do a group hug. Dad joke from Rose. Why do parents always say, because I said so? Because science isn't enough. I'm lost. Let's read on the Texas Democrats. Let me know when we have 200 thumbs up. Only 11 more. Well, thank you for being here tonight. I'm glad StreamYard is working. It is better to use StreamYard. You get notices that I'm going to be on. We're going to read on the Texas Democrats. Actually, I get a lot of positive energy around the Texas Democrats. They're probably really happy that the FBI won't arrest them. Thank you, Michael. I saw that you have an art studio where you are. That's great. Michael moved. The Texas Democrats. Yeah, this is didn't I just get the Ten of Swords for Greg Abbott? Hang on a second. No, that was the Ten of Swords. I have to go back and see. It's really heartbreaking what they're doing. Yes. Okay, the Texas Democrats, they're facing the reality that Greg Abbott is going to go ahead, force them to come back, and he's going to take the first step in destroying democracy. Don't panic, because we have the other states, the blue states, who are going to counter that and gerrymander our maps. Ten of Wands for Abbott. Okay, thank you for paying attention. That means a heavy burden. So let's pull 3 cards about the MAGAs in Texas. So actually, let's pull 3 cards about Ken Paxton. That evil demon. His wife divorced him for religious reasons. So I'm going to pull 3 cards on Ken Paxton. Yes, I do think Texas Republicans will be sued. Yes, yes. There's lots of lawsuits, and Kathy Beal, confirmed that. We talked about that the other day. Was it yesterday we talked about that? And lots of lawsuits. Tons of lawsuits. This is going to get hung up for a while. But the really good thing about it, it's not a good thing, but one of the things, the consequences is that now think about how many words you didn't know before Dumpy came on the scene, right? Now people are starting to understand what gerrymandering is. I think if you looked it up, you would probably see that it's been Googled a whole lot. So we're really learning. Yeah, bring on the lawsuits. We're really learning a lot. So the MAGAs, Ken Paxton. He's going to have to surrender. It's just a matter of time before his entire life is destroyed, Ken Paxton. It's just a matter of time. The 10 of Pentacles. Boy, is he stealing money. Oh my gosh, Ken Paxton, what a thief. Yeah, we're all lawyers now, right? Did you ever know what a subpoena was, or jurisdiction, or an indictment, or it's just like the different courts? I mean, so for all the hell that we've been through, we certainly are more informed and aware. And that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Teresa Combs is saying Ohio defied their own Supreme Court regarding gerrymandering. Yeah, because I had to laugh. When I was marching in the 4th of July parade here in Rockport, there was a Republican float in front of me. And on the Republican float, I didn't talk to these people. It said a lawful party. I almost went up to them and went, "Are you effing kidding me?" But I didn't. I should be proud of myself. Yeah, Paxton, man, the hangman, that's having to surrender. That is having to surrender. Yeah. So what we're seeing happening is they're abusing the entire country. Terry's commending me on my extreme restraint. Yeah, they did. They had a float, and it was like the party of law and order. I think that's what it said. The party of law and order. And I was like, what planet do you live on? Subpoena, that's another. Just think of all the things that we're learning along the way, because we're being forced to. But as far as Paxton goes, this is, he's gonna have to surrender because it's just a matter of time. And so we're in a time right now where we really have to have a lot of faith. Faith. We have to have a ton of faith. We have to trust the universe, or whatever you trust. Oh, we're up to 204 thumbs up. Yay, we reached our goal. I'm impressed, and it's a Friday night, and you'd think that everyone would have something better to do than to watch PNN, and here you are. I know you had wild party plans for tonight, but you made the choice to be here instead. Yeah, the party of family values, right? Yes. We're going to do a group hug, and we're going to read some more. We're going to do a group hug. You hear George Michael. Gotta have faith, faith, faith. I loved that song. That's such a great song. Think about that. You gotta have faith. You gotta have faith, right? So we're going to do a group hug, and we're going to think about them all being busted, right? Oh, thank you, Cheryl. You're so sweet. All being busted, okay? We're going to put a lot of energy into this. We're going to do a group hug that they're all held accountable for breaking all these laws, for destroying our country. They're all rounded up and held accountable. Got it? And we're also going to send a lot of vibes to shut down those damn concentration camps, to stop the plans for more being built. And for everybody who is a victim of this horribleness and who's suffering from depression. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Group hug! Feel the energy lifting up. Send white light pummeling into all of our government to get rid of the rats and the cockroaches. Oh, I can feel it, you guys. It's working. We're lifting the vibration together. All right. That's great. Whoopee! Mary's saying, I'm surprised the military hasn't removed him yet. We're in a time where we can't be impatient. And I know that's a huge ask. Huge ask. It feels like it's asking too much. So, I mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. We have a lot to be grateful for in this moment in our lives. So let's be in a place of appreciating what we have. Yeah, that was a great hug. I'm not preaching, I'm just saying this helps me. That compared to what some people in the world are going through, we are really fortunate We can turn this around, and we've got to be as courageous as we can possibly be. We're all in this together, absolutely, and that is what we're learning. Every time they do something horrid and we resist, we get brighter and brighter and brighter. Right? Amethyst is saying the clouds are separating and the sun is shining through. Every single time they do a heinous thing and we resist, it's like making our light more shiny. It's like tumbling a precious stone, and it comes out of the tumbler and it is beautiful and shiny because we got tumbled. We have time. We have to focus on the positive. I'm not preaching, although I do have a church. I'm just emphatically, passionately saying every single day, if we all together focus on the positive, focus on the joy from last year at this time, from the Kamala Harris, Tim Walz campaign, and we remember that that's what America is made of. And if we bear witness to, there are people that don't want to work at these concentration camps. One means more are coming. There are people that don't want to be part of ICE. Most people. Who the hell wants to be that horrible of a human being? Who wants to sign up to inflict that kind of pain on people? It's not sustainable. Yeah, you don't have to do all the fighting, and that's a good point. Amanda's probably saying she doesn't know what to do. Remember, there's 350 million of us. It's better to do one thing. What's that Chinese proverb? It's better to light one candle than to curse the darkness. You are the candle. You are the candle. And the more we become that, the more, and just acknowledge that and be in gratitude and do what we need to do. Every one of us can do one thing every day. Call your representative. Have them on speed dial. Should we read on Vance? Yeah, people have quit those jobs, right, Maria? You worked in you know, in a job where you know what goes on. So you're gonna throw yourself into your artwork? Yes. Yeah, throw yourself into your artwork. If you write songs, write a song. I got a bunch of songs. I need to do a concert for you guys. All about democracy. I'm gonna pull 3 cards on JD Vance. Just because. Let me tune into JD Vance. I know, it's not pleasant, but I'm doing it. Oh my gosh. Excuse my French. I tune into JD Vance and I just go, oh my God, what an asshole. That's what I feel. Wow. He's so not likable. I don't want anyone to be afraid of JD Vance. He's so... I think he hates himself. Your rep is at home, show up at their office doors. Call your representative's offices. I mean, I called Seth Moulton the other day. He was there. There's staff there. JD. I'm just thinking about JD and South Park, and I don't watch South Park, and South Park is Paramount, so I'm not going to subscribe to Paramount because they're evil. I mean, they're doing bad things. We'll put it that way. He got booed in Indiana. People can't stand him. I mean, if you can imagine this, most people, well, people that like Trump for some weird, bizarre cult mind reason, can't stand Vance. 7 of Pentacles. It's like he's pushing a huge boulder uphill. The 10 of Pentacles indicates he's dealing with some huge money being, I feel like money bags being handed to Vance. Yeah, raising the river, right. He had the river raised for, Can you imagine being that? Yeah, that's probably why I'm picking that up. He's an a-hole. Can you imagine being that arrogant? And that, remember when Bezos wanted a bridge in Amsterdam, I think it was, taken down somewhere in the Netherlands, removed so he could get his yacht through? Wait, these people need to go. So yeah, he's involved in some big money, Vance. Big crime money. Huge. It's blowing me away how much crime money he's involved with. How much dark money is he's like in the pool of. It's gross. Mike Turner has been in Congress for over 20 years and he has never held a town hall. I want you to call your representatives. I did this week. Where's the town hall? Oh, it was on Facebook. We had it on Facebook. I didn't hear about it. I called a couple weeks ago and I asked if he was going to have a town hall. Seth Moulton. There's time for a town hall. He's back in his office. I'm not just picking on him. I think he does a good job. But you got to demand it. And get all your friends to demand it. So let me read on Vance's fate. How about that? We all have to know that the darkness has to come to the surface so we know where it is and who it is so we can blast it out. I suspect I'm going to keep going because I wanted to ask a couple more questions too. And I got on my Atlantis rant. Let's see. Actually, let's read on. Yeah, I just read on the fate. Okay, let me read on the fate for J.D. Vance. And this is the law. This is the death card. Doesn't mean he's going to die, but he's done. J.D. Vance, the end is coming. And the three, I've been getting the Three of Swords a lot, and I'm suspecting that Dumpy's going to have a heart attack. I'm suspecting that. People know which Starbucks Vance goes to, and they go there to confront him. That's good. Good. You're going to see a lot of that, and it's going to inspire you. I promise. You're here for the duration. Good, because we got a couple more things to read on. So for Vance, I get the Hierophant is the law, and it's the death card. He's done. He's finito. Go away, you loser. The Three of Swords. I keep picking up that he's gonna. Usha's gonna ask for a divorce. Yeah, that's there. That's there. Yep, even his couch has had enough. Terry. All right. It's kind of a dad joke, but not really a dad joke. Good one. I want to read on Putin. And here's why. Hang on. Card's falling. When I said earlier that I felt like these MAGAs in our government, I'm going to stop calling them fascists because I don't want to say that word too much because I don't want to put it into creations. I'm going to curb how I say this. I feel like all that nervousness that I feel amongst them has something to do with that Putin is losing. Well, I told you weeks ago, Putin has lost the war. And I think because he's falling and failing, that the MAGAs in the White House who have been in cahoots, I'm just following where everything leads me, are nervous. Putin's in trouble. Is that contributing to why they're nervous? It's not totally that. It's not entirely that. Yes. Putin's war. Putin is losing. I mean, energetically, I pick up that they just lost. I mean, they've lost. Now, I'm going to read on. Dumpy's supposed to meet with Putin. He's supposed to meet with Putin. Is that meeting, is an in-person meeting, the way the energy is right now, is an in-person meeting going to happen? It looks like yes. I'm surprised that Dumpy is getting on an airplane. Christine wants to know if is JD's wife going to tell the whole story? No. I think she's just done. Okay. So, I'm going to actually pull 3 cards about, or first about how Putin's doing. Second, about a meeting with Putin. I don't know. I don't know where it's supposed to be. I'm assuming it's supposed to be at the Kremlin. So first about Putin. And Putin has doubles, and, you know, it's been confirmed that he has doubles. So who knows? I mean, they're all the Kremlin, so. Very emotional time for him. I think Putin's daughter, one of his daughters, is really against him and fighting against him. The moon card, lots of emotional stuff going on. Yeah, and actually the 4 of Wands, that's kind of pointing to his structure, his people around him. The King of Cups. Yeah, Putin's going to start talking to the Russian people. You know, it's all propaganda. They're meeting in Alaska. Okay, I didn't know that's where they were. Is that factual? Okay. So, we're just staying a little bit longer because I want to look into this a little bit. Maybe the orange menace will fall out of a window, Mary's saying. Putin is appealing to the Russian people's emotions. I don't know how he's going to succeed at telling them that we're doing well because the Russian economy is crashing. So they're supposed to have this meeting. I'll find out more about it. August 15th. We feel that August 12th is going to be a pivotal day. Kathy Beal and I. And it's supposed to be August 15th that he's having a meeting with Putin. I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. Maybe more than 3 cards. Yeah, Sue, we know our corporate mainstream media treats us like that we're North Koreans. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's bad. Okay. So, yeah. So it's not funny, but we're aware. Let's not say that we're North Korea. Let's not go down that road. We are not even anywhere close to that. Will Sarah Palin attend? Okay, so I'm actually going to pull 5 cards about this meeting. You know, I just want to say it's not helpful when we go down the drama road. That's all. Love you lots. The meeting with Putin. The 7 of Wands indicates it's exhausting. The Ace of Cups. There's going to be... Dumpy's going to offer him something that he asks for. He's going to offer it. Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups. So there's some big cards there. It actually looks like... I see surveillance. I see intelligence agencies somehow, I'm not sure how, but it seems like they're unable to keep the meeting secret. Let's ask the pendulum a few questions. And then I have the Ace of Cups. Oh yeah, it's just like, what a mess. What a mess. What? It's a mess. Yeah, we are the United States in despair. Rita's saying that's absolutely true. So we have to do whatever we can to keep our vibration high and to keep manifesting what we want to see happen. There's a lot of terrible things that could have happened that haven't happened. But what I'm seeing is a big mess where nothing gets accomplished really, but they are under some kind of a surveillance. And nothing gets accomplished at that meeting. Nothing gets accomplished at that meeting. I'll read more on that on Monday. Okay, we have surpassed the allotted time. Please book a reading at psychicannetdion.com. I've got entire days open. I don't know. What else? Off the Ledges daily, and it includes a forecast for the day and astrology forecast from our lovely Kathy Beal. Please join us for Church of Spirituality. Please do the guided meditations for Healed America. We did a great one last night. There's a whole bunch of them. Thank you, Zircon, for putting my information up. Please donate, and when you become a member, I'll make sure I have the join button there. When you become a member, you have access to a whole bunch of presentations under the videos, set for members only. And last Saturday, we had a psychic party. Okay, and Church of Spirituality is guaranteed to uplift you, and we pray together. There's a lot of power in this small group that we are. So thank you so much for being here. Every one of you matters. Pat yourself on the back. I matter. I'm awesome. Okay? It's a tough time, but we're troopers. We're getting through this, and we're gonna keep fighting and keep hanging together. Huge power. Huge power. All right. See you soon. And thank you for putting my info up. You can mail a donation too, and that information is up there. It's MA. I'm not in Michigan. I'm in MA. I was born there, but I'm in Massachusetts. All right. Namaste. Love you all. Be good to yourselves. See you soon.